So I don't want to harp on this too much, but I do think multitasking is important. And I think for Windows 8, there's so many people who are used to having the taskbar at the bottom of the screen and being able to see all of your open apps all of the time. And I think with the modern UI, the fact that everything is off to the left, and I do like how easy and how quickly you can switch apps by pulling things right from the side of the screen. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, I don't necessarily know what order everything is in, and I know that you can go back and then forward to see everything on the left-hand side, but it's just an extra step. It's more effort. So I think in some cases, Microsoft has sacrificed ease of use in the name of slickness, and I don't know what your opinion on that is.
I think that somewhere in the halls of power at Microsoft, maybe Mary and Ed are more privy to this than I am. I feel like Ballmer or somebody walked into maybe Sinofsky's office and said, make it work on tablets. I don't care about anything else, just make it work. Because it feels like everywhere you go, you're kind of forced to use these new Metro-style, modern-style interfaces, even if it means that you can't be as productive or switch tasks as quickly. I find that the task switcher is a real pain because it treats every desktop app as one application. So you could have, 4 different, Microsoft Office applications open, Chrome, a game, whatever. They're all going to be just one icon because they're not Metro.
All wrapped in the desktop tile.
In the desktop tile. Mm-hmm. So, you have to go into the desktop or hit Alt-Tab or something to see all those windows. And just the fact that there's not an easy place to just see all of your open tasks, I think is a real problem.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Ed, do you feel like the multitasking is more of a challenge than it should be?
Well, the iPad has done a pretty good job of proving that tens of millions of people are perfectly comfortable having their entire screen occupied by one app.
Right, the full screen apps, yeah.
Full screen app, going back to a hub to interact with it. Listen, there are some great techniques that you can use to deal with the sort of app overload problem that you were just talking about there. Mm-hmm. One is to snap the desktop app over to the side of the screen, at which point you see every one of your running desktop apps in its own thumbnail in that window. And then when you double click the little separator bar in between that, it expands out to take up to snap your other app over to the other side, and you get to focus on whatever you're doing. You can also use the Windows key plus tab instead of Alt plus tab, which treats the desktop as a single app, and then all of your modern style apps as individual things along the side. So there are techniques that you can use, but a lot of it is people need to have that aha moment and discover those things and then fit them into their workflow. And that's really where the problem's going to or the transition is going to be problematic over the next 6 months to a year, is as people discover new ways of working that are not just trying to force fit new operating system into their existing habits.
Right. And I suspect there's going to be a lot of traffic to stories on tips and tricks in the next 6 months or so.
I've got a list that's about this long.
Maybe some books, perhaps.
Maybe a book on Windows 8.